Merrimito! He's a ducky in a chooky post at the tail end of the midwinter tide, and we're going to talk about the dang sparrows. European sparrow here in Australia. Not a lot, just a bit. Basically, if there's chook feed, duck feed, they're there. And when we're talking about a couple, we're talking hundreds and hundreds, like they like clouds. You know, blackbirds will take a bit, but they don't mass in hundreds. Just, you know, swoop it all up, which the sparrows do. Okay. Diseases can be passed from wild birds to your domestic. That's an issue. It's going to happen to some degree anyway, but you do not want wild birds going into your runs. I had this chicken wire, which is literally like nothing. Good for keeping your birds in, but not good for keeping rodents or sparrows out. So I went to the route of hardware cloth, which is really a 1 centimetre gauge square, and I've done the whole thing. I started doing this yesterday finally, because the thing is I was going to build a metal run, but just financially I don't think I'm going to be able to do it and get all the things that I need to and want to get over the next 6 months, especially including a cordless drill, some knitting books to have in my archives, needles that I'm missing, ladder, etc, etc. So I just got lots of little bits, and you know, basically I'll buy something on average once a month, or buy things. There's my ravens. Oh, they're so beautiful. Sorry, I was too slow with the camera. And you know, so it's just how it is. So I'm just basically, yesterday I finally got around to just wiring up this run with the hardware cloth. I still need to do the door properly. I've just got 2 scraps of it on the door, which is makeshift for now. You know, I don't want wild birds going into the chook run, because the other thing too is it freaks the chooks out. Like, they need their own space, you know. Literally I was finding 70 to 80% of my feed was going to the sparrows. I'm not exaggerating. They're like rodents with wings. Imagine if rodents could fly. The European sparrow here. And I understand they are facing an extinction in the UK, which is sad. I do like the birds. They're cute. You know, they remind me of miniature little duckies with their colourings, the boys with their little tuxedos, and the more mousy girls. But I can't afford to be feeding both sparrows, my chickens, and ducks, or be exposing my chickens unnecessarily, or ducks, to disease. So anyway, I started rewiring this up from the chicken wire, which is ridiculous. If you've got chicken wire and you're trying to prevent wild birds going into your runs, just get rid of it. It's just not going to do anything. It will keep your birds in, but it will do nothing for the sparrows, little birds, rodents that will want your animals' feed. So, you know, so you don't want sparrows going in there for disease, but also the happiness of your birds that are in there. They don't want to be competing. They don't want to be harassed. They don't want sparrows flying all around them non-stop. And anyway, so I did it. So yesterday I started at 9 a.m. I was there till nearly 3 p.m. and my poor ducks were still inside. They didn't come out till really late yesterday. It's the first time I've ever done that, and I felt so bad, but I had to do what I had to do. It was so ridiculous. Like, it's not only just that they will go underneath the run, they'll find any little fucking gap, even like that. So when I finish doing the door properly, that will be good. The gap above the latch, I'm just going to have to stuff something every time. These are pool noodles, split and then shoved into the wire so they can't climb between the door frame and They're relentless. They will find any little freaking gap that's the size of the chicken wire and get through. They will squeeze through like rodents would. So I need to do a new house for them as well. You know, again, I need to get tools, etc., and it's just time. But the most important thing for me is to make sure my poor hens are not harassed for their feed. I do like to let my hens out to go through here, which is cut off from the ducks. But what I do is I cover up the feed or remove the feed and put it elsewhere. Let the girls, do their thing out here, and then put the feed back in, or I close the door and then put them back in. I like leaving the door open so they can get in and out, but the other thing I noted is the sparrows will go and hide. If I have the door open, they'll go in and hide underneath the house. And then when they see me gone, they'll come out here and they'll scavenge and they'll go for food. And it's like, they are ridiculous. Like Houdini. I was so frustrated yesterday. Like, I swear, I'd do the run, take a peek outside from my window, and shit, there'll be 6 fucking sparrows in there. And I just wired the whole thing. I had to go through and find any little freaking gap. And it's just like, that little... When you have so much on your plate, the last thing you want to do is spending all day wiring and removing sparrows and, So the duck run is pretty secure. No sparrows will get in there. However, if I have the front half of the run open for these guys to run around, they will get in through there and they'll squeeze through the gaps in here, hence the plastic. So I need to cut up some wire. When I cut up the wire for this door, hopefully today, if not tomorrow, and seal that, because they're just ridiculous. It's just frustrating. It is so frustrating. They also, the roof is just temporary sheets of metal. I'm getting new materials for the roof, but they'll go through the roof and I'll try and find a little gap and they'll squeeze in. They want that feed. So the other way I've been managing feeding my ducks especially is now when I feed them their main meal. So first thing in the morning, a couple of goshawks, first thing in the morning, I like my birds to just go for the worms and bugs and dig, and they're out there just running around doing their thing. But then when I have their noodles and pellets and grain, especially the noodles, get the morning noodles done, then I'll put it into the trough for them, and then I'll close them in here. So preening, very serious business, preening. Don't knock the preening. It's essential to ducks. Essential to ducks is preening and also the waggy tails. Freya, you're the goodie. Yeah. Oh, kitty cat, my poor baby. She's the one with the leg. Oh, honey, we'll get there sooner. You puppy, Bella, 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 my little snowball. We're such a beastie, yeah. Flint Fire Forge. Hi, puppy. Look at you. Look at the curly whirls. Look at you. Waggy tails. Waggy tails. Waggy tails. Ooh, kitty cat. So, anyway, my aim is literally at least an hour or so for the ducks to be in here with their feed. If there's any feed left, I will remove the tray, put it under cover in one of the tubs here, or basically remove it from access. And then in the mid-afternoon, more feed again. I'll basically top up the feed, give them their second lot of noodles, and repeat the process. And this is just what you need to do. So to sum it up, outside of me waffling, is you need to remove access to food from these sparrows. That's what you need to do in the birds. Obviously the blackbirds, and that will come in here too when that door's open. So 2 ways is you need to secure your run. Chicken wire is feckless. BS, it doesn't work. It'll keep your birds in, but rodents with wings, i.e. sparrows, little birds, they'll still get in there. Not to mention snakes. You need to use a... What are you doing, Siggy? Flint is in his element. Oh, puppies. So the other thing too is the gaps between the frame and the doors. You need to seal them. Pool noodles are fantastic for that, you know, and the mesh just shuts on that. It's going to be a lot easier for me once I do the roofing properly. I've just got temporary sheets there, but a good flat roofing with no gaps that they can go in. They get in those little waves there and belly crawl all the way through. They're just like, they're Rambo. They're seriously like little commandos. It's just ridiculous. Fawn! Freya! Mr. Fawn and Freya, brother and sister. Freya you'll beat him up, and then he'll beat her up. Not because they hate each other, because it's just like, I'm dominant. No, I'm dominant. Fawn wants to ride her. Freya! She's got him by the crop. Oh, Freya. No. Miss Freya. Are you okay, puppy? Naughty girl. No picking on your brother. Are you okay, puppy? Miss Freya cake. You little ginger. No picking on your brother. Yes, you. You're naughty. My little copperhead. You okay, Fawn? Because he gets goofy. He goes to ride her, and sometimes he's just too klutzy. But she remembers the defeathering he caused her in the first year, and she'll go after him. Boys, girls, enough of that. No, Mr. Fawn. Freak, you don't need to add to the problem. Freya. No picking on my Fawn. Freya. Naughty. No. Freak. I'll get you curly wires. No. My beautiful. No. Mr. Freak. No. He's your brother. Hey? Now you continue eating your food with no fighting, okay? You three little troublemakers. No, you stay there, puppy. I do love you very much. Yeah. Freya, come here. No fun, okay? Be good. It's okay, Flint Fireforge, the camera. So, these Besser bricks are amazing to have on the outskirts of the run. I need more, of course, but as you can see, the cat's wowing. Oh, bedlam crazy. So the long and the short of it, I see a lot of things on the net. It's deterring birds, scaring them off, and the thing is, you're also going to scare the birds that you do have. I kind of think that's counterproductive because oh gosh, I'm sort of keeping an eye on them as I talk. Let's go over here. Freya, my little Valkyrie. Hey? My little Valkyrie. You're a shocker. Yes, you are. But a beautiful. Yes, you are. Anyway, where is that? Yeah, you just need to seal your run. Get rid of the chicken wire. Use hardware cloth or 1 centimeter wire like this, mesh. I'm actually going to do a trick so you can't even see it that much, believe it or not. But I'm a bit away from that. And yeah, I need to sew properly. So yesterday I pretty much, assembled it, sewed what I could, but I need to literally get some new coils of wire and sew everything good and proper. Make sure none of these little buggers, look at them, they're descending. The sparrows are descending, little Rambos. What the hell was that? Something just flew into my face. Look at him. Of course I need to cut down the branches of that, but I simply can't. Here's a lorikeets. I simply cannot do it without a ladder and the proper tools, so it's just going to have to sit. And that damn wire, I can't move it until I get a ladder high enough because it goes up there. But they use that as basically their little trapeze, and look at them, they're just, the pan cameras, there's like 100 in there, just waiting to descend and Rambo and try and find any little frickers. My cat shower. Bit muddy, isn't it? I have no screen on that back door. I'm even thinking of trying to make just a temporary one that I can just add on to myself. I use those magnet fly screen things. They're ridiculously stupid. They just don't work. I need to keep this door open during the day at some point, or for stretches of time for the air to come through the house and out. But because I have no windows that open at the back room or in the toilet or in the laundry, and only the kitchen window opens, and as you can imagine, you just can't air out properly. Who has no window that can open in the toilet? That's ridiculous. It's disgusting. Anyway, we are where we are. But yeah, look at these little fat sparrows. They've had their last free lunch. Look at them. My chooks are a lot more happier and puffier and not so stressed without having bloody sparrows in there, that's for sure. Bridget flapping her wings. But anyway, long and short of it, get rid of the chicken wire, use hardware cloth. You're going to get frustrated because little fuckers will still find little gaps, and you're going to have to, over a few days, you're probably going to have to patch up here and there, and you're going to have to sew it up properly. It's going to take you a while, especially the bigger your run is. Fawn, Freya, look at her. You see she's aiming at his chest. Miss Freya Cake, you little Valkyrie. Look at this little copperhead. You're a troublemaker. No picking on your brother. Eh? No picking on your brother. Oh, wings. Poor thing. Early videos, you see her do that. She had no wing feathers. It was so bad. It was so bad. Oh, Bella. Oh, little beastie. She's the quietest of all the dogs, but when she does her honk, it's epic. Bella, Bella, Bella. So, Frigg doesn't really go at his brother, but he does sort of keep on him. Freya, look at her. Freya, stop that. You can see what you're doing. She's dropping her head. Oh, by the way, she's a fly eater. You two, no fighting. Don't make me go in there. She loves eating flies. It's ridiculous, so funny. You two. Freya. My goodness. Don't make me go in there. Freya. What's going on? No fighting with your brother. Hey? You little ginger. You're a troublemaker. Yeah. My little copperhead. Yeah. You little baby boy, Frigg. You peck at your brother. So, Frigg basically... Look at Luca. Luca. Hello, Luca. Luca. What's going on, darling? What's it? Look at the zoom on. I do, a little. Sorry, guys. I love you. Yeah. No, honey. I want you to eat your food. I'm staying there a little bit longer. So the other time I'll lock them in here. Luca. Is if I see an aerial predator about. They usually go running in there anyway when they see one hanging around, but I just lock them in there for good measure. Yeah, mud. Frost, mud and ice. Imbolc. Imbolc is a time of frost. So she's being really naughty. Freya, you little monster. Now you be good, okay? No fun. No fun. Little Luca's in the box there. She's happy in the little box. I want to make a whole stack of little nest boxes, like a little wall of it sort of thing. But yeah, that will keep for now. Yeah, Fawn wants to surf. And Freya's like, she'll be on him. Not just because of her, but if she sees him surfing the other girls, if she thinks he's being a bit rough, and then Frigg will be. It's just funny. These two boys, Mr. Flint, Forge, and Frigg. They've had some baths together, and they are quite good together. Every now and again, Frigg will get a little picky, like pecky, and I sort of tell him off. But I can't wait for them all to be together. Yeah, Fawn wants to surf. It's like, Mum, I want to surf. Luca's just hiding in the box. His little head sticking out. Luca, you can see your little pearl noggin. You're hiding in the box. Luca. So I need to go back in. I have been really embracing, as a lead up to another recording or vlog, I've really been warming up to. I've been really leaning into ancestral things such as the Nordic traditions, and it's helped me sanity wise big time. So hygge is one of the things I've been really getting into and looking into. I'll share some of my tips, especially if you experience harsh winters like we do here. They really do help you get through, and it's amazing how much more productive your winters are just embracing the concept of hygge. It's Danish, by the way. Hygge is Danish, so anyway, I'll do some recordings on that, because my ancestors, my people, the whole European pool of bloodlines. Yeah, it doesn't matter whether you're Greek or Scandinavian, or we have the same origin bloodlines. We thrive in the winter like no one else can, and there's ages of history and little things that we've done to the festivities, and that's why we thrived in it. So I'll share. I'll do some posts on that at some point. I'm just sort of keeping an eye too, because Fawn he's in the mood. But look at Alright, so I'll let these guys stay in here for another half hour, and then I'll remove the dry feed anyway and let them back out. Kitty cat! So yes, get rid of this chicken wire, use it for something else. Replace your wire. Split pool noodles. Be on it. You're going to have to be persistent, because these little guys are literal little Rambo commandos. They will find any little freaking gap, get in there. You're going to have to be onto it. And after a while, when they can't get in there, they'll go somewhere else. I'm actually I'm planning to create a little space for them at the front, and including feed at the front for them, to keep them away from back here. I don't hate them. It's just frustrating. Nearly 80% of the feed has been going to them. That's an extra $70 every 2 weeks that's been going to these guys. And no. And then my birds as well, getting stressed out. My poor hens, my poor old ladies want some peace. So no, it's enough. Pool noodles, hardware cloth. You're going to have to be persistent, cut off all entryways, and also manage your feeding times. My ducks free range, my chickens sort of free range in this back area here. And when you do that, remove food sources. And when you feed them, make sure they're enclosed and no one can get in while they're eating. And give them time to eat. You know, don't watch them eat for a few minutes and then, okay, that's it. You know, shut them all up, let them be in there for an hour or two to feed, and then keep an eye on it. So you're going to have to be persistent. I literally will have hundreds of sparrows in clouds. Look at them sitting on the clothesline. They want that feed. Yeah, they try dropping like little bombs. Look at them. Camera's not picking them up, but there's like 5 there on the clothesline. So how do we get in? Little commandos. Look at them. They're stinking cute, but you cannot have my duckies feed little shits. Yes, you wee shits. No more free lunches for you. They're just hanging around.